I love it when you sing. I love it when you're moving with me. Ah.
Hey y'all, this is Blair and I am here with a follow-up cocktail creation to our last episode where we made the Sazerac. We're going to stay in New Orleans and we're going to do the Vieux Carré. This series pairs with Heather Green's Whiskey School, so if you haven't caught any of those episodes, I would go ahead and pause this video, hop over there, and see what it takes to appreciate the whiskey that we're going to put into this cocktail today. So one of the reasons why I wanted to do a Vieux Carré this week is, yes, it does. It's a nice follow-up to our last cocktail, the Sazerac, and it uses some of the same ingredients. So one of those is the delicious rye whiskey, which again I'm going to use the Milam & Green straight rye whiskey aged in a port wine cask because, first of all, number one, it has some of those fruitier notes that are going to balance well in a Vieux Carré, but also it's 94 proof, and you're going to want something a little bit above the usual 80 plus because this is a boozy cocktail, and you want to make sure that you're able to experience the whiskey. What you're going to need as well, you may remember our good friend, the Peychaud bitters. We will also need a lemon for garnish. But here's where we start adding some different ingredients. So you'll want the angostura bitters, which usually you'll use in an old-fashioned, but we use today. And then you're going to want any type of sweet vermouth. All right, a couple other ingredients. One of them is Bénédictine. This is a French liqueur. It's an herbal liqueur similar to yellow chartreuse. However, I don't recommend substituting any other kind of liqueur. It's sweet. What you can do is, this is one of my hacks, is you don't necessarily have to buy a full 750 milliliter bottle. You can usually find smaller bottles of these liqueurs in whatever liquor store you're used to going, or you can ask them. This is what I recommend for a home bartender. If you're trying out a cocktail, you don't need to invest in a big bottle. Get the smaller bottles, which also goes for our cognac today. So we're using a 50 milliliter bottle of Remy Martin cognac. This will make at least 2 Vieux Carrés. So again, tiny bottles. They're so cute. In terms of glassware, you will also need a serving glass and 2 pint glasses for mixing and creating this whole cocktail. So I'm going to start with our empty pint glass. We're going to save the ice for when we are actually mixing all the ingredients together. And I'm going to use 3/4 of an ounce. I saw some recipes that used a full ounce. However, this is a super boozy cocktail. And if you want to get the most out of your tiny bottles, you'll want to just dial it back 1/4 ounce so that you can make up to 2 and have a friend share this cocktail with you. All right, and then I'm going to do a 1/2 ounce of Bénédictine. Bénédictine is very sweet, so you don't want to overdo it. So what's really nice about this cocktail is for all the liqueurs, it's going to be equal parts. So if you do 3/4 ounce of whiskey, you're doing 3/4 ounces of the cognac. And then you will do a 3/4 ounce of the sweet vermouth. With the bitters, you're going to do 2 dashes of both the Angostura and the Peychauds. Now, I will say, when I was at the Hotel Monteleone at the Carousel Bar, I saw them sneak an extra dash of Peychaud, so I'm going to do that. But technically, it's supposed to be the even amount of both bitters. You have all your liquids in the pint glass. Now is the time for the ice. Go ahead and add it in. So the thing about this cocktail is you do really need to stir it perhaps longer than you want to, at least up to 30 seconds. That's a hand-washing song and a half, as I talked about in the Sazerac. So I'm just going to go ahead with a couple verses of When the Saints Go Marching In. This is for my grandmother. This is also incredibly appropriate for a New Orleans cocktail. When the saints go marching in, oh, when the saints go marching in, oh, I want to be in that number. When the saints go marching in, Oh, when the Saints go marching in, marching in. Oh, when the Saints go marching in. Oh, I want to be in that number when the Saints go marching in. By the way, singing to your cocktail does make it taste better. This is just a fact. We are now going to use our 2 pint glass method in order to strain our cocktail into the glass. You do want to add fresh ice to this cocktail. This cocktail is served on the rocks or on ice. However, this ice has melted, hopefully, from your vigorous and enthusiastic stirring. So you'll want to put fresh ice in your new cocktail. So, just to demonstrate again, using 2 pint glasses, you put one in front of the other, keeping the ice from getting into the serving glass. All right, now we are going to add our garnish. It is exactly the same as a Sazerac. So you're going to take your lemon, get that, just the lemon peel. Extra points if you peel it over your cocktail so that that lemon zest can actually express over the glass. I don't know if you can actually see this from the camera, but there's just this little bit of like lemon spray that happens if you actually peel it over the glass. Then you're going to take your lemon peel and make sure that lemon smell is happening all through the cocktail before putting it here and letting it sit right there. And then again, new ice into your glass so that it is served on the rocks. And cheers! You have made a Vieux Carré. This is really good. It has this very warm holiday taste to it. This is probably actually a cocktail that is the best during the winter or during the cooler months. However, here in the South, we don't get too many of those, so I would just fake it, turn up the AC, and have one of these. Like, this is amazing. What are you going to do now? Well, again, I hope that you'll like this video and that you'll subscribe to the Milo and Green channel because we have all the whiskey school videos, all the cocktail creation videos coming to you every week. We are still looking for whiskey shelfie photos, so here's a couple that I saw this week. And we are looking for more. We want to choose a couple of you to get some swag and some just sweet prizes for showing off. We want to get to know you on social media, so go ahead, take a picture of your whiskey shelf, bonus if you are in it, but no pressure, and tag yourself, Milo and Green Whiskey, and Whiskey Shelfie, and we will be picking a winner next week in the next cocktail creation video. I will see you then.
I love it when you sing. I love it when you're moving with me.